But
we almost couldn't squeeze by them.
yeah, so they were basically taking up the whole road. They had all the doors open, so it was almost like you had to stop, but there's no way we were stopping in this situation. It was that sketchy of a situation.
It was pretty sketchy. It's travel day, and it's raining. I think Louie and I got the good end of the stick, wouldn't you say? Are you feeling lucky today?
Oh yeah. First come, first serve. Gilbert Ray Campground by Saguaro National Park. Well, here we are. This is do or die time. We find out if we get a spot or we don't get a spot.
I hope we do.
There's a few people leaving right now. 11 o'clock is checkout. It's 10:41, so I think we got a good chance. It's Monday. It's the day after the Super Bowl. Nobody goes camping on Super Bowl Sunday, right?
We'll find out.
Turn left, then you will arrive at your destination.
No daytime picnicking. Paid campers only.
Hopefully that will be us. It's beautiful back here.
So our backup plan is if we can't get a camp spot, we're at least gonna try to use their dump station, hopefully pay to use that, and then we can go to the boondocking spot that's 15 minutes away.
Just ask if they have first come first serve available.
Yeah.
How long do we want?
Anything available.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out. That was a little too quick, but we got a map.
We did not get a spot. They gave away their last spot half an hour ago, and the people were here an hour and a half ago, and we cannot dump here.
Oh, really?
They have limited septic.
Oh, wow.
So I got this information on dump stations.
Yeah.
We'll have to hit one of these, and then this is other campsites in the area if we wanted to go to an RV park. Of course, her first question was, do I have a reservation? And when I said no, her face dropped.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's always good to have some options. And as RV'ers, we always have options. And that's kind of why we wing it a little bit, because we don't need to really, you know, have these 6-month reservations. Like, yeah, we're kind of bummed we didn't get into Gilbert Ray here. But we knew that was pretty much a 50-50 shot.
You knew it was a hot park to get into.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I didn't expect to happen was that they won't allow us to use their RV dump.
That was a twister barrel.
Yes, and supposedly they have small septic system up here, which is understandable. It's kind of in an interesting location. Really, there's not that many dump stations around. For $20, there's a dump that's 5 miles back the way we came, and the boondocking spot is the other direction, about 25 minutes. So that's one option. And then we're kind of just kicking stuff around. We haven't checked out Harvest Host for a while, so we got onto Harvest Host. And one of the places we stayed 2 years ago.
Yeah, it must have been a while ago because it was in the van. So what year did we sell the van in?
It might have been 3 years ago. But at El Pias RV Park, and it's like this eclectic, we have a video that we did on it. And
it was a really, really cool place.
It is a cool place. But what's crazy about it is that they have full hookups there, and it's like hotel rooms plus RV sites plus Airbnbs. Remember, they had little tiny houses and Airstreams and things like that. It's gonna be raining all day, so like, you know, heading out to a dirty middle of the desert boondocking spot doesn't sound that fun right now. So that's, I think, the decision.
Yeah.
Louie.
Hey.
What is that, Louie? Well, here we go, attempt number 2 to get into Gilbert Ray Campground right by Saguaro National Park. And we got skunked the first time.
Yes, big skunk, big goose egg.
But I think we got there at like 11 o'clock.
Yep.
We were coming from hours away. So now we're coming from 20 minutes away.
Yep.
And we're gonna be there at 8:15 right after they open up. And hopefully we're gonna get a spot.
I'm feeling more lucky today than I did the other day.
Yeah, I think so. In Tucson, there's been this little cold snap. It snowed, it hailed. Now
It's freezing.
It's 28 degrees. There's frost and freeze on everything. It's not the ideal time to go camping if you're a local. Just stay home. It's freezing, right? So we're hoping that that's gonna, you know, create some extra spots inside the park. How you feeling?
Quarter mile.
I'm feeling lucky.
Yeah?
We're definitely here way earlier. There's a chance that somebody got here 18 minutes before us. So that's the only thing in the back of my mind, like, well, somebody could have got here earlier than us.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that cold weather is gonna definitely deter people from coming out. It's so cold.
It was a deep freeze warning last night. Effective until this morning. So I think you're right about that, where it might just want to make people not do anything.
Yeah, it's no fun to tent camp when it's 28 degrees in the desert.
Turn left.
Freezing.
Then you will arrive at your destination.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
So that many people wait.
No vacancy. Was this sign here last time?
Yeah. Is everybody like waiting for him to get up?
Yeah. Do you want to jump out and I'll just pull around the back?
Yeah. Do they not open till 8:30?
I don't know.
Well, that was a bust.
Bust number 2.
We were number 8 on the waiting list. We got here at about 15 minutes after 8.
Yeah.
They don't open till 9, and the first person got here at like 6.
Yeah, so when we drove in, we were automatically discouraged because there was a crowd of people standing.
Yeah, which, I mean, there could easily be 10 people leaving today, so, you know, it could have been an easy thing. But what we found out when the ranger finally showed up was there was only a possibility of 5 sites that were opening up today. 3 were for sure leaving, and then 2 were a maybe. So even if we were number 4 and 5, it was still a maybe.
And we also discovered it was a little bit of a wonky system because there's no numbers, there's no tickets. You really have to rely on your memory for who was here in which order. And it was kind of interesting to watch that when the ranger was asking who was next. We were on the sideline waiting because we knew we weren't like the first 5, but it got a little dicey when spot number 4, spot number 5 were trying to claim their spot in line.
It was pretty weird. People were standing way over in one area in the parking lot. Everybody else was lined up, you know, kind of around the ranger station, which makes sense, but there was people kind of like all over, and yeah. When you're coming 3 hours before opening, I think it makes sense to just kind of stand in line. And
yeah.
We didn't
6
get in.
6 a.m. for that woman who showed up number 1. That's ambitious. We are not that ambitious.
And then you gotta like get, you know, it's one thing if you can just sit in your van in the parking lot, like take a number right away, but you gotta stand in line there to claim your spot. So anyways, we're gonna now head out to that BLM land that is just west of Saguaro National Park, I think, maybe like 15 minutes. And if we want to come back each morning and try to get in here, we can, but we'll kind of see how good the BLM spot is. And, you know, we don't need to be in this park. We just thought it'd be kind of fun to be staying here. this is West Manville BLM outside of Ironwood National Monument, and pretty disappointed so far. It's close to the park, but it's just straight down this desolate road into a parking lot. Definitely probably fine for a night or two, but
Totally, yeah.
it's not somewhere I'd want to stay for a long time.
We're looking for somewhere that we can set up for a full week because we have fresh tanks and we're ready to be somewhere that has good walking and good trail running.
Yeah.
Because the place we just left did not, and we need to get some miles in.
Sometimes the parking lot's okay depending on what's around, to do and things like that. But this is it's not that far away, but it's not that close to anything either. It's kind of just a parking lot in the middle of nowhere.
And it doesn't have the heebie-jeebie vibe. So it's not like a bad place. It's just not what we want. And I think that we're being kind of picky because it's 9:43 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the world is our oyster. If you're not happy with it here right now, we have time. We could travel all the way across Tucson and go wherever we want to go. We could go to another BLM spot. We could go to a different RV park. Like, we really have options because of the time.
Yeah, if this was 4:43,
then we'd stay.
We'd probably have to stay the night. I don't know what it is. It's just not where I really want to stay. There's no recent reviews on this place either. The reviews are kind of older. They're all decent reviews. Actually, some of them were kind of weird, but I think a lot of people come out here for ATVs and trail riding and things like that. And there's 2 people out here right now, a van and a pop-up trailer. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's plenty of space.
Yeah.
What do you think? I
want to sit here for a minute and just think about it.
You want to let the situation sink in for a little bit?
Yeah, just think about it. Well, we decided to leave that little BLM spot. It wasn't giving me the best vibes after a while. And something weird actually just happened to us that was probably one of the weirder things that has happened. And as we were sitting there, we heard a car come close to the cul-de-sac that we were at, and it did like this 4-point turnaround right before it got into the cul-de-sac, which wasn't that weird, but kind of weird because normally if you're turning around, you're going to go into the cul-de-sac and just do a loop-de-loop and turn around. So they kind of did a deliberate stop before they got in there and did this weird 10-point turn to get out. And we left maybe 5 minutes after that, maybe 10, I'm not sure. And as we're driving out, we see that same car pulled over on the wrong side of the road with all of the doors open, and a guy was, as we were driving by, walking around from the driver's side to the passenger side where there was a female on the passenger side. And Chris said she could see him. We were gonna drive by because this was the feelers were going off. It was a sketchy situation.
But what's also what makes it extra sketchy is we passed the car on the way in, doing the exact same thing on the other side of the road about a mile down.
Yes. So yeah, this was the third time.
We already knew that this car was out there, and they were acting a little suspicious.
So we think they were trying to flag us down for either to ask for money, or Chris said she could tell that there was some drugs involved in the situation.
I could. And it seemed like they were trying to lure people for help, and maybe they really needed help, but in this case where, we're always aware of our surroundings, and that's something that Erin is really good at training me to be super observant.
Yeah.
And so we noticed this car 3 times, and we knew the car was working. So we knew it wasn't like their car was broken down. We literally saw the car driving around just fine. And it was just a little bit scary.
Yeah, and they were kind of pulled over on the other side of the road, but
we almost couldn't squeeze by them.
Yeah, so they were basically taking up the whole road. They had all the doors open, so it was almost like you had to stop, but there's no way we were stopping in this situation. It was that sketchy of a situation.
It was pretty sketchy. And this is one of the things that we're always cautious about when we're near major cities, just because there's more trouble near major cities. There's just no way around it.
There's more people.
There's more people.
Yeah. And people are always like, oh, is it scary out in the BLM land in the middle of nowhere? And really it's less scary out there because there's less people. But the closer you get to these big cities, there's more people and less recreational campers. So when you go to a place, you can tell when somebody's there to either hike, bike, camp, you know, as opposed to somebody just living there for whatever reason. So
I'm glad we left.
Yeah, it was.
And if this is happening at 10:15 in the morning,
yeah.
I mean, imagine what it's like at 10:15 at night.
Yeah, it didn't sound like a great area. The reviews were positive, but they were old. There wasn't a review for like 2 years, 3 years maybe. So, you know, it was worth it to check it out and see, but really the area just didn't offer enough for us. There was no hiking, no walking trails. It was just a parking lot and, you know, a bunch of fields. So for us, we're gonna try something else, and we're gonna head back into town a little bit and try one of these cheaper RV parks for dry camping and see if they have a dry camping spot right by a bunch of trails that we can hike and run on.
You know, the beauty of some trails sounds really good right about now.
Yeah, I need some peace and some serenity after that weird situation.
Aaron came back with paperwork.
Yes.
Paperwork.
We are not getting skunked this time. Okay, Diamond J's RV Park. Dry camping. It's normally $16 a night. I asked for a discount for the week.
Winky winky?
Winky winky, $15 a night.
Oh, you got it from 16 to 15?
Yeah, to stay for the week. And they don't have a dump station or anything like that. So
they don't?
On the 21st, we can drive through to the pull-throughs and use the site to dump and fill up on water, and I paid $15 for that. So, trail system.
Oh yeah, that's why we're paying the big bucks to be here.
Yeah, we needed the desert trails. We needed some running, and we're like 10 minutes from Louis' birthplace, and we're 10 minutes from Saguaro National Park, and so...
We're gonna contact the breeder and see if she wants to see Louis 1 year later.
Yeah, $120 for 7 days, and no sketchiness. We're not gonna get robbed.
It does feel good. You know, that's something to say again. Normally we wouldn't pay this, but being in a big city, you tend to be a little bit more selective on where you're going.
Yeah, we tried a few spots and this is it. So let's go.
Well, we landed, we set up, and I really, really like it here. I took Louis on a little walk. Everybody was super friendly. There's lots of doggies here, and I'm really excited to hit the trails right in the backyard. And we got a really nice little private spot here, private. It's surrounded by prickly pear. There's a little bit of highway noise, but I don't think they'll bother us. There's no amenities, but the lady in the office is selling homemade egg rolls. And I've been craving some good egg rolls for a long time. I might buy some of those for us while we're here. That might be my big splurge.
Louis! Louis needs a big walk. 2 days without a big walk? I know. It's rough life. With our site having no hookups at all, our 200-watt rich solar briefcase came in pretty handy. They sent this out to us for review, and so far we're enjoying all the extra power it provides. Review video coming. But the real star of the park truly was the dozens of miles of well-marked trails with some of the best desert landscape we've ever seen. This little park might just be a spot we return to every time we're visiting Tucson. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. Be aware of your surroundings out there while boondocking, and safe travels to you.